The Broken Kingdom, written by Mark Renshaw. Remember, remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder plan and plot. Parliament in flames, Guy Fawkes laid waste to King James. His patriotism will never be forgot. Author unknown. Fade in. Interior Heathrow Airport arrivals day. Super, November 5th, 2018. Guy Fawkes Day. The solitary passenger stands below a red archway marked as customs arrivals from outside Great Britain. This is Felix Lavoie, a middle-aged French-American with middle-aged spread. He fiddles with his mustache while glaring at a customs officer who's engrossed in a tabloid called The Daily Truth. A polite cough from Felix. The officer peeks above the rim of the paper. Felix makes a grand, sweeping gesture. The officer returns to his paper. A rude, barking cough by Felix. The officer flings the paper to one side, beckons Felix forward. Felix, all smiles, hands over his passport. The officer beckons again. With a sigh, Felix hands over his mobile phone.
Bonjour, comment allez-vous aujourd'hui?
The officer points to a notice on his booth which reads, Speak English.
Pardon me, how are you today?
There is just a hint of a French accent.
You here for business or pleasure?
Do people actually come here for pleasure?
With a sneer, the officer stamps the passport.
A Frank, I see. It's good of you French-Americans to look after the colonies.
He places the mobile in a drawer and hands Felix a receipt and his passport.
Which I'm sure we'll be wanting back real soon.
For that, my friend, you'll need allies. Good luck.
With a wink, he saunters away. Interior taxi, later. A cabbie chatters non-stop, but Felix is too engrossed in the outside world. They drive past a boarded-up pub called the Patriotic Inn.
Subbed a lot of them. We'll be fine. Just need to tighten our belts again. That's all.
It's covered in graffiti. One section reads, There's no one left to blame.
We've still got the North Sea, despite those bloody Scots.
Next to a burnt-out fish and chips shop is a red Republic mail office. The shutters are down. More graffiti sprayed over it reads, God sees all, hears all. They turn a corner. A squad of armed police march down the otherwise deserted street.
Mon Dieu.
Exterior, the Dorchester Hotel, later. An imposing, empirical stone building. Felix clambers out of the taxi. He hands over several crumpled 10-pound notes to the cabbie.
If you ask me, we should dig a big hole and stick them all in it.
Yes, yes. Keep the change.
The cabbie frowns.
What change?
Felix heads towards the hotel entrance. A group of street urchins approach. They are led by a scruffy tramp carrying a shabby effigy of King James.
Excuse, mister. Happy Guy Fawkes Day. Penny for the Jimmy?
Bien, sir. Of course, my friends.
He reaches for his wallet. A hotel doorman steps in, zaps the tramp with a taser. He goes down like an electrified sack of spuds. The rest of the gang leg it.
Little shits. Sorry about that unpleasantness, sir. He'd have taken your wallet and watch, no doubt. Reception is this way.
Mouth wide open, Felix is led towards the hotel. He glances over his shoulder at the spasming tramp. Interior extravagant hotel bedroom, evening. Felix is Skyping via a laptop which is locked to a desk. On screen is his wife, Renee. Kind eyes, a welcoming smile. The conversation is in French with English subtitles.
Then he just shocked the poor man. I had no idea how to respond.
My big, brave Felix, on his first adventure into the outside world.
But it is not what I expected. Their news reports, how should I say, paint a different picture. I just wish I could sign this deal online. I don't understand why I have to come here and do it in person.
You know the English. So paranoid. So old-fashioned.
I know. And if I want that promotion, I have to get used to the trips like this. I just want to come home.
Soon, my love. But make sure you don't eat any of that meat. I don't want you to get mad cow disease.
His eyes go wide.
Renee, this is an open Wi-Fi connection. You mustn't say such things, not even in jest.
Oh, Felix, I really think MI6 has more important matters to attend to than us.
In the top corner of the room, a CCTV camera observes. Interior conference room. Several important-looking people sit around a large wooden table covered in books and scrolls. Felix and an elderly, distinguished gentleman sign a parchment with quills. The camera's flash as Felix forces a smile. A male reporter raises his hand.
Mr. Lavoie, this is your first trip to Great Britain. How are you finding it so far?
Magnifique. I can honestly say that I've been treated like royalty.
A collective gasp from the audience.
How dare you, sir?
Felix frowns.
Pardon me? Perhaps it's the accent. All I said was I had been treated like royalty, as in very well, no?
Another gasp. The flashes intensify. The distinguished gentleman points to a CCTV camera mounted on the wall.
Heresy, sir, heresy. God sees all, hears all.
The reporters respond in unison.
God
sees all, hears all.
They crowd around Felix. One of them flings a punch. The rest join in. Felix goes down, covering his head with his arms. A security officer attempts to break up the mob. Felix crawls underneath a set of legs, escapes the mass of bodies, and makes a sprawling dash for the exit.
Stop the heretic!
The security guard gives chase. Interior hotel lobby continuous. Felix races past the checkout desk. A receptionist presses a finger to his earpiece and nods. He reaches for the alarm. Exterior the Dorchester Hotel, moments later. Felix sprints down the street. He tries to flag down a black cab which drives past.
What madness is this?
He loosens his tie. Another cab is heading down the street. A black van screeches to a halt nearby. The door slides open. A masked officer leaps out. Felix takes a step back.
What have I done? What is going
The
on?
officer raises his pistol.
Freeze!
Mad!
An explosion on the other side of the street. The officer dives for cover. Felix drops to his knees. Another explosion further up the road causes chaos with the oncoming traffic. The tramp from earlier grabs Felix by the shoulders and yanks him to his feet.
Quick, mister, come with me.
In a daze, Felix is led away. Exterior street corner, moments later. The tramp lifts up a manhole cover. He points out cameras mounted on several buildings nearby.
God may see all and hear all, but he sure don't like the smell of shit. Come on.
He scrambles into the sewers. Felix follows. Interior, London sewers, moments later. The tramp pats Felix on the shoulder.
Hey, Felix, my name's Angus. We need to get you out of the city, sharpish.
He turns and heads away. Felix stumbles after him.
Pardon, monsieur. How do you know my name? Why are you Scottish all of a sudden? What is going on?
Angus holds aloft a mobile phone which shows an image of Felix on a news report.
You're public enemy number one, pal. In case you hadn't noticed, you committed heresy.
This is a mistake, no? I did no such thing.
Come on, keep up. I'm afraid you did, pal. Anything related to the monarchy is forbidden. Has been since the Republic Act was passed a few months ago. Do you not have the internet in America?
Several rats scurry past Felix's feet. He trips over one, recovers, crashes into Angus and goes down. Angus helps him to his feet.
Oui, of course, but I paid little attention. There's so much fake news these days.
Well, this is real, pal. Welcome to England, home of ignorant bastards and Protestant extremists.
With a hearty laugh, he climbs a set of rusty ladders. Exterior hospital reception, moments later. A sign above the entrance reads, President Thatcher Memorial Hospital. Felix grabs Angus's arm.
Arrête! Look, Mr. Angus, I appreciate your help, but can't I just go back and explain?
Heresy is a minimum 5 years in the tower with no trial. And to make matters worse, thanks to those wee explosions, you're now associated with the Royal Marines.
What? Those terrorists?
The term you are looking for, laddie, is freedom fighters. You got that?
Felix gulps.
Mon Dieu, I mean...
You think I cosplay as a Cockney tramp and get tasered for shits and giggles?
Felix's eyes go wide. Angus bursts into laughter.
Come on, this way.
He heads into the hospital. Interior hospital morgue, later. A standard autopsy setup with a stainless steel operating table in the center. A surgeon slices up the latest customer. Several bodies are laid out around the room on trolleys. Angus strolls in with Felix close behind.
Hey, Charlie, is Emilia doing her run?
The surgeon removes a heart from the corpse. Blood squirts across his apron.
Yeah, she's out back with the next shipment.
He grabs a blood-splattered sandwich and takes a bite. Felix's gag reflex kicks in. He turns away and spots the bodies on the trolleys. They are all tagged with "Do not resuscitate" notices.
Sacre bleu! What is this?
We don't have time. Come on, man.
Angus makes a phone call as he leaves via a rear entrance. An ashen-faced Felix follows. Exterior, ambulance bay, moments later. Angus heads towards a rusty ambulance.
Emilia!
A 20-something woman with curly red hair and fiery eyes steps out of the rear doors.
Angus, you great dirty bastard. What are you doing here? I'm about to head out.
She notices Felix.
And who's the wee pet?
I'll explain on the way. We need to go, now.
Interior ambulance, later. Angus drives as he wipes himself clean. Emilia is in the back with Felix.
Are you sure about this?
Aye. I've been on to HQ. We're to get Frenchie across the border. Bonnie King Charlie has taken a shine to the lad. Says he's willing to offer him sanctuary.
And just how the fuck are we supposed to do that?
Just make it happen, woman.
Excuse me, mademoiselle. What is going on?
She motions to several boxes marked human organ for transplant.
I run a little black market operation to raise funds for our cause. We're taking these to Scotland. Looks like now we're taking ye as well.
Those people back there. Were they all donors?
Are you just out of nappies or something? How naive are you?
I am a simple man, Emilia. I don't understand any of this. I just want off this crazy island. Can your King Charles arrange this?
Maybe. All I know is we gotta get you across the border somehow.
She grabs her makeup kit and a bag of medical tools, takes out a sharp-looking blade. Felix's eyes go wide.
Relax. You need a shave and we need to make that skin less tanned. The trick will be your voice. Can you do a Scottish accent?
Ach, I thee knew.
She holds the blade close to his face.
Don't say that ever again. This is gonna be a toughie. Okay, repeat after me.
Exterior motorway, continuous. The ambulance zooms down the motorway, its lights blazing. Exterior Scottish border, evening. The ambulance approaches a fortified border. An armed soldier waves them towards his inspection bay. Interior ambulance. A shaven, whitewashed Felix fidgets in the seat.
Stop that.
This isn't going to work. I look ridiculous.
Leave the talking to me, but if he asks you anything, just do what we practiced and remember.
She slams her forehead against his.
Being Scottish is a fucking state of mind. You got that, laddie? You got that?
Felix snarls.
Aye.
There's a knock on the rear door. Emilia opens it. The armed soldier appears. Trim, silver hair, sharp eyes.
The usual run?
Emilia nods, tosses him a wad of cash, which he catches and makes it disappear into his satchel.
Show me. That one.
He points to a container. She opens it. There's an organ inside, packed with ice. The soldier clocks Felix.
Not seen him before. Who is he? And why is he so pale?
Felix glares back.
He's a noob we're training up. Never seen the inside of a human before and can't handle it.
The soldier doesn't take his eyes off Felix. They engage in a staring contest. The soldier leans in close.
Is he dumb or something as well?
Felix snarls.
Your bum's out the window. Wits for you. No go past ye. I wanna abile ye hell to you, Jesse.
The soldier takes a step back, places a hand over his gun holster.
Oh, doggy! Did someone not have their haggis today?
Emilia steps in. She rubs the soldier's crotch.
Never mind him. How's my wee beastie doing? He up for another roll in the hay on my way back?
The soldier switches eye contact to her.
Sure. Just remember I'm on nights after tomorrow. And give him some English lessons. I hate it when you lot talk bollocks.
She nods, kisses him on the cheek. He steps out of the ambulance and slams the door.
We're clear. Welcome to Scotland, Felix, you jammy bastard.
That was the worst Scottish I've ever heard. You said everything wrong and in the wrong order.
With a huge sigh of relief, Felix wipes his brow, smearing foundation all over his forehead. Exterior, Edinburgh. Regent Bridge, the next day. Felix stands next to a podium, answering questions from a bunch of reporters. A female reporter raises her hand.
You managed to escape the English oppressive regime. How do you feel right now?
I feel like I've woken up from a crazy nightmare.
And how are you finding it here in Scotland?
I can honestly say I've been treated like royalty.
Laughter from the reporters.
Seriously though, I would like to thank King Charles for granting my request for asylum, and I hope to return to America soon. Merci beaucoup.
A round of applause. The cameras flash.
Je vous bénis. God bless Scotland.
The reporters gasp. Felix frowns.
What?
Is this how you thank us, you hypocrite?
Oh God, what did I say now?
A couple of guards make their way through the crowd, head towards the podium.
Hypocrite!
One of the guards draws a taser.
God, am I not allowed to say God? You're all mad in this country, mad I say.
One of the guards zaps Felix.
Sacre bleu!
He spasms, then drops to the floor. Fade out.